Hey guys, this is Achintya Gamat. I'm back with another video. I'm making a video after a very long time. I hope you haven't forgotten me. ठीक है, तो start करते हैं. तो इस वीडियो में हम क्या बात करने वाले हैं? We are going to talk about some DSA Leetcode patterns, like what you have to, like lot of students tell me, like उनको समझ में नहीं आता, they are not able to understand what approach to apply in which problem. So they face this issue a lot. So I have curated a list of at least 15 to 20 patterns that you can follow. Like if the array is sorted, what approach you can apply. Like if you are asked to provide combination, which approach to apply, recursion, backtracking, when to apply dynamic programming, in which situation you should apply binary search. So I will be telling you at least 15 to 20 such pattern which will cover at least 80 to 90% of all problems on Leetcode. Not all 2000 2200 problems I have not solved. At least most famous 300 and 350 problems will be covered in all the patterns that I'm going to cover in this video. So this is language independent, so make sure you watch the video till the end so that you don't waste your time in solving these problems and you solve it more efficiently. Also, if you know students who get a good job and good company, good product based company, they are those students who are following correct strategy, correct approach, most optimized time, space, etc. So you should also know these things, so make sure you watch the video till the end. So let's start the video. So this is the list of patterns we are going to discuss. This list is created by Sean Prasad. So thank you so much, Sean, for creating such a helpful list. You can check out this blog, link is there in the description. Okay, so before we talk about individual approach, what you can apply, let me also tell you some steps that you can apply as a beginner, because these approaches you will only understand once you have solved a good number of problems. Okay, so how you should begin with it. Also, let me tell you about Tathastu Scholar program. It is a 1-month internship that we conduct. So this is a March batch. Last month we conducted. Now we have announced April batch which will be starting from 10th of April. So if you want to join, you can definitely apply. Link is there in the description. So what we conduct, we give you some technical tasks and you have to do those tasks. You have to give a test on re-level as a eligibility criteria for this internship. Okay, and you will get a certificate of internship and an offer letter as well. So it will be starting from 10th in April and it will end till 10th of May. So if you want to join, you can definitely register. Link is there in the description. Okay, so let's discuss what we were discussing. So how you should approach. So first you have to understand the theory of any approach. Let's say you want to learn binary search. So first watch some good videos on binary search. I will tell you one YouTube channel, that is My Code School, that I recommend in all my videos, all my posts. This is the like next level of content for these kind of approaches. So you can watch the theory of it. What you have to see, the intuitions. In every video they will always tell you 1 or 2 factors that you have to keep in mind, like where to apply this approach. Like binary search, like array must be sorted. You cannot apply in an array which is not sorted, or you can apply in an array which is sorted and rotated. So it has to be a perfect rotated sorted array with a peak. Okay, so then you can apply. Or if there is an array which is not sorted, how you can adjust it so that you can create a search space on which you can apply binary search. So there are multiple ways you can apply. The best video for binary search is for Lovebubber, so you can check out Code Help with Lovebubber for binary search. For other ideas, you can definitely check out whichever YouTube channel you like. So once you understand the theory and intuition, some examples covered by the instructor in the specific video, then you go ahead and solve at least 10 to 20 problems on each problem. So let's say in sliding window you solve only 10 problems, because this is not a wide concept. But in binary search you must solve at least 20 problems. This is one of the most important interview concept. Okay, 2-pointer you also solve like 10, 12, 15 problems, because this is a simple concept. Okay, solve at least 10 to 20 problems. This by this you will understand how to apply it, what is the actual implementation. So once you have done this, all these techniques, and lot of techniques are there, like dynamic programming, recursion, backtracking, greedy. So I hope you can get that list somewhere. Okay, once you have done theory, solving 10 to 20 problems on each approach, then go to step 3, where you will be solving tens of problems random. Like you just go ahead on Leetcode, select medium, don't look at which category and anything, just try to understand which approach will be best suited. So how to compare, how you can see, you can try to apply it like 2-pointer, and then you realize this is not a good approach. Then you think sliding window, this is not good approach. So you have already learned the intuition. So with that help you can try applying this. How you can compare, you can analyze the time complexity of what it is going to be. It is order of n log n, n square, n cube, whatever it is, whether it's space or time optimized. On the basis you can decide the best approach. So if you are a beginner, you should follow this step. First learn the theory of this approach, then solve 10 to 20 problems on each approach, and then solve random tens of problems, like 50, 100 problems you must solve, and try to apply which approach will be best suited. So now we start our patterns. So first is the most simple. If the array is sorted, then you can easily apply binary search. You must definitely also look at the what is the input size of what magnitude it is. If it is going into 10 to the power 5 etc., then you must definitely apply binary search, because you need at least log n or n log n. And if you are given an input of like 1000 or 10,000, then you can easily apply n square, or 2 nested loops will be okay. 2 pointer is also good, but it's very pointed, like it will not be applied in all the situations, but it is very helpful. You will be asked some beginner level questions in the first round of your interviews, which will be based on 2 pointers. Almost every student is asked a question on 2 pointers, so make sure you don't forget. So you can apply when the array is sorted. You can apply binary search or 2 pointers, or if the array is not sorted, you can also sort it using any n log n based approach, any inbuilt function in C++, Java, Python, whichever language you are using. So you can keep that in mind. If the question is asked you to provide all the permutations, subsets, subsequences, combinations, you will see a lot of such questions definitely coming in any written or interview. So you can definitely apply backtracking or recursion. It will depend what is the exact use case, but mostly backtracking will be applied. There is a slight difference in recursion and backtracking. I hope you are aware of it. If you are not, you can just go check out a video of Take You Forward of Raj Vikram Aditya. That is the best video on recursion and backtracking. So I will keep giving you video recommendation as we discuss the video this patterns. Next is, if given a tree or graph, so mostly BFS and DFS will solve your problems, because 2 pointer etc will not apply there, because you don't have a linear data structure. Or you can just first do a DFS and then apply a binary search or 2 pointer on it. You will also find these kinds of questions on medium or hard of Leetcode, okay, but mostly your problem will be solved on DFS and BFS. Okay, if given a linked list, then you can do simple iterations or some another manipulation. Mostly when you are given a linked list question, the most difficult part is to play with the pointers, like addresses, like actually addresses, left address, right address in the double case, the next address in the single linked list case. How do you swap them? How do you keep in the previous? How do you keep in the current? How do you keep in the next? So that is the most difficult part, but in most cases you can apply 2 pointer. Like there is a very famous question, you have to find the nth node from the end. So what we usually do, what we find the length, and we find the length minus nth plus 1 node from the start. So this is the approach we find into 2 traversal. First we find the length, and then we find the length minus n plus 1 node from the start. So how can you solve this with 2 pointers? What you can do, you can initialize 2 pointers, slow and fast, take it to the head. First take fast pointer to the nth position, incremented by n position. Once fast reach to the nth position, then you start incrementing slow as well. By the time fast reaches the end, the slow will reach the nth position from the end. So this is the way you can apply 2 pointers. This was a very interesting approach, because I was using that length minus n plus 1th approach since my college time. So this was very fascinating approach. You can definitely check out. If you cannot apply recursion or backtracking in sub situations, you can definitely apply stack. So what happens in many cases, if the input size is large, 10 to power 4, 10 to power 5, and if you are using recursion, maximum call stack will exceed, and it will show you TLE, time limit exceeded. So in that case, you can do iteration, you can use stack, or you can also use queue. Queue can also be applied in many cases. Okay, in the cases of tree traversals, you can definitely do iteration based traversal using stack and queue. Many such questions give TLE when you apply recursion. In some cases, when you have to solve in place, so you can just swap corresponding values, store 1 or 4 different values in the same pointer. So these are the approach you can apply in that case. If you are asked for maximum, minimum, subarray, subset options, you will find like 30, 40, 50 questions like this in the whole of Leetcode, and definitely one of this question will come in your interview. So you can apply dynamic programming, or you can apply recursion as well. And when you apply dynamic programming, the question will come like, can you apply memoization or tabulation or space optimized tabulation? The answer to this question will come, what is the input size? If it is ordered to 10 to the power 5 or 4, then you have to definitely use tabulation with space optimization. If order magnitude is less, like 10 to the power 3, 2 etc., then you can definitely apply memoization, because in the larger input, memoization will give you TLE, because it is taking a lot of stack space. This is a very common issue with me, because I personally like memoization. I usually skip tabulation, and when I am solving a problem, it gives me TLE. Okay, so you don't do the mistake that I do. So next pattern is if asked for top slash least k item, then you can use heap, min heap, max heap, whichever is applied. A lot of students skip studying heap, but let me tell you, heap is a very important concept, and any company that is offering 10, 15 LPA definitely ask one question definitely on heap. So this is a very important question. So make sure you not a question or data structure. Make sure you learn heap and apply in the questions where you have to provide top or least k items. This is a very optimized approach that you can ask for. If you are asked for a question of common strings in Leetcode, you will find many questions which are regarding string or string manipulation, where you have to find common string, etc. So I have done these questions a lot, and many of the times the mistake I try to do like with the help of iteration, with the help of loops, with the help of extra variables, and so what happens that questions become very complex. So you don't have to do that. You just simply use map and your approach will become very simple with just extra O in space, and your complexity will also get reduced, and interviewer will not mind you using the map. So for common string you can use map, or you can also use try, but mostly map will be sufficient. You can also learn try for your own learning, but heap is most used. If you want like advanced data structure which is the most used, then it will be heap. After that it will be try. So you should mandatory learn heap, okay, but if you want to learn try, then it's optional. Take you forward, you can follow the resource. He has created a playlist on try, so you can follow and learn some standard question. And also if somebody will ask you try question, what is this, sorry, it's not tree, it's try, what is whatever it is, okay. So try, there will be some standard questions which can be asked, so you can just understand them and apply those basic approaches, okay. For some additional patterns, like if you want to do something in O1 time and O in space, then you can use map or set. The only difference in map and set is unique. You cannot have duplicate values, but in map you can have duplicate values. And you can also use sort input. Any inbuilt sort will give you n log n in O1 space. This is a very interesting factor for me. When you are solving any approach with greedy technique, you might be thinking like very complex approach. You will spend like 15-20 minutes thinking ki kya kare, and when you after look at the solution, you will see what they have done. They have just sorted the array and just compared, and I just feel very frustrated for that. So sorting an input and doing some manipulation on it, it's a very common technique, common pattern. So these are the few patterns I would like to discuss. I wanted to discuss. If you have any other patterns, please let me know, because I have solved at least 250 plus problems on Leetcode, and almost all of these patterns are applied and none of the other pattern was there, okay. So please let me know in the comments. If you have any follow-up question, you can also contact me on WhatsApp. I will definitely apply when I get some